Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to return to a country I've been relatively recently, and that is the UK, and take another look at one of their single meal ration packs. This particular one is their menu number 4, beef burrito filling with rice. So let's get this on a table and see what this pack contains. And so, as you can see, I now have here on the table this British Army single meal ration. This is an 8-hour ration. This particular one is the menu 4, and it had a production date of 2021, so things should still be nice and fresh. As we all know now, the British rations changed from the box to these brown simple bags. Does actually list the contents on the front there with the menu 4, but we should just open it to have a look what the contents are. No easy open tear strips, so as always just bring in my trusty old friend, help me just slash across the top there. So what does this British Army 8-hour single meal actually contain? Straight off the bat we have a nice accessory pack, so I might as well open that now while I'm here. We have a large Ziploc bag, very useful for keeping spares or taking home your rubbish or trash. And in there we have the customary British Army spork, 2 large antibacterial wet naps. There is a 3-in-1 tea, 3-in-1 being the tea, whitener and sugar all in one. There is also a 3-in-1 coffee, exactly the same. The old classic teepee or tissues for whichever the need first arises. And a strong mint gum containing 2 little briquettes of gum. So that's the contents of the accessory pack. Now the main pack itself, we have the main meal. In this particular one it's the beef burrito style filling with rice. There is also an oatmeal block. These have been in the British rations for many years. There is some salted peanuts, 50 grams. A fruit nugget or nougat bar from wherever you are in the world, how you pronounce that. The British Army flameless ration eater, and these are very good, they work very well. We have a fortified energy drink. This particular time it is refreshing strawberry, very crushed, almost splitting. They don't offer much protection, these brown bags. There is a second energy drink, the same, refreshing strawberry. Each makes about 500 millilitres, so the 2 is a full 1 litre canteen's worth. Standard size of the British Army canteen. And last but not least, we have an apricot jam. So this is the contents of the 8-hour British Army single meal. So let's get these out on a tray and see what they look and taste like. And as you can see, I now have here laid out on the tray the contents of this British Army single meal ration, the menu 4. I've had the beef burrito main meal boiling for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I'm going to start where I normally like to start, that is making the drinks. We have 2 drinks in this particular ration. Both are 3-in-1. We have a 3-in-1 tea, 3-in-1 coffee. In my last ration review, the British, I used the coffee, which was very good. Good all-round, middle of the road sort of instant coffee. So I'm going to forgo that this time and take a look at the 3-in-1 tea. So as the name suggests, tea, sugar and whitener all in one. If you don't have any of those, the whitener or the sugar, you are stuck. But for ease and convenience, it's a great idea. So Looks very much like a fine instant coffee powder. And to that we shall give it a full mug. I think we're just using the spoon of the very large spork. And give that a good 3/4 of a mug to a full mug of water. Now people have questioned why the bowl of this spork is so deep. That's because when it was introduced in the old box meals, it used to contain soups, and this is a soup spoon, so it makes sense when you know they used to have liquid soup in a bag, so a soup spoon was what was needed. Now the soup seems to have gone, but the spoon remains. So moving on round, we'll have a look at this fortified energy drink. There was 2 in the pack to make a whole litre or full canteen, but we just have a glass, so we shall be using some of one, about 2/3 of it, because it's a 380 ml glass. Strawberry flavour. So again, energy drink full of sugars. So we shall give it about 3/4 of the pack. We can always add, can't take away. Obviously I could add all of it, but then it would make it over rich with sugar, being an energy drink. And again, using the spoon, we'll just give that a good old mix. You could of course also use hot water to make a nice fruit hot drink, I'm sure, if it's a cold day. It would also help those sugars dissolve better. Moving on round, we'll have a look at the salted peanuts, 50 grams. Nice foil pack. They look a little bit dry, but I should just empty a few. That's just a small portion of the packet, more than enough to sample. Again, I've seen these many times in the British rations, give it a little bit of a knead. This particular one is apricot jam. Been in the British rations a very long time, even in the old boxes these used to appear. So to take the top off the apricot jam. Same as the oatmeal block, an old favourite. Been around since I was serving back in the late 80s and early 90s. That's how long the oatmeal blocks in one form or another. They do seem a little bit thinner now. I remember them being fatter than this, but the oatmeal block has been around a long time. And last but not least, we have an exotic fruits nugget or nougat, 20 gram. Again, just peel back at the top. We don't need to take it all out. Now, the last but not least, we have this beef burrito style filling with rice. It says it's spiced minced beef with black turtle beans, rice and red kidney beans. So it's the sort of thing you'd think would come with tortillas, but as you know, for some unknown reason, the British Army never include any sort of bread, and only occasionally do you get biscuits brown. That's always been a mystery to me. Why no crackers of any sort, apart from the odd packet of biscuits brown? So let's try and get it all out of the bag as much as possible. There we go. And we'll just give that a little bit of a mix round. So, we'll start. Well, I always like to start, that is with the drinks. So this is the 3-in-1 instant tea, a nice looking colour. Excellent instant tea. I've said this before, you would not know that isn't made without a bag. You would think that was a tea bag, sugar and milk. Apart from maybe having 2 spoons of sugar, and I would normally only have 1, that's an excellent cup of tea. No way, I don't think, of knowing that isn't fresh. a great taste of home. A little bit sweet for my liking, others would love it just like that, but apart from that, a good tasting, wouldn't know instant tea. Let's move along to the strawberry fortified energy drink. So as the name suggests, this is full of electrolytes and sugars. Extremely delicate on the strawberry flavour, but it is there in the background. The colour as well is very delicate. There's a little bit of sugar on top, but it's a very, very gentle pink. Not a lot of colouring. It is a tasty flavoured water, which you know is full of energy and good stuff for when you're out in the field and you're burning off a lot of energy and sweats. Again, a nice refreshing drink. So I'm going to move on round now, go straight to the beef burrito style filling with rice. Plenty of rice. You can see the ground beef. There is beans, various types. So a little taste. We cannot really separate them, so a little taste of all of it. There is some, I say, not a lot of salt and pepper. I think I would like a little bit more salt and pepper in there. There is, though, a chili kick. There's plenty of chili pepper. The beans are overcooked. They're quite thick and stodgy. The rice has that al dente, just cooked, still has some texture, but it's the beans. The beans are a little bit overcooked. It's like a paste in your mouth. When you put it in your mouth, you don't want to chew. It's something you need to move around with your tongue, squash against the roof of your mouth rather than actually chew. And when you do that, because of the beans, there is a sort of a paste texture, but apart from lacking a little bit of maybe salt and black pepper, it is a filling, tasty. There is a spicy chili kick going on, which certainly fill you up. Certainly filling, if not a little bit heavy and stodgy. Would go well with some cheese spread and a tortilla. But as it is, just a very filling, stodgy meal. Let's have a look at these salted peanuts. Straight away I can see it's not the best quality. Some of these peanuts are looking a little bit brown. I don't know if the camera's picking it up because of the lights in here, but there's lots of brown specks, look a little bit dry. Again, not the best quality. They just seem like dry roasted peanuts without oil. And the salt, I cannot feel the salt, or the salt is very, very light. Not the best quality salted peanuts. It's more like a dry roasted nut with a hint of salt, but again, not going to do you any harm. It's just not the freshest, best quality. I'm sure you could add some. There's some crunch to this otherwise pasty burrito filling. Yep. Doesn't harm it. Doesn't greatly add to the flavour, but it does give it a little bit extra texture, a bit of crunch instead of pastiness. Keep refreshing my palate there, and with the tea. Moving on round, the old favourite, the old oatmeal block, just like an oat cookie, oat biscuit, nice crisp break.
Quite dry, lots of sugar. You can taste the oats. Very sweet. It's got granular sugar in there. Will make a great dunking biscuit. Dunks well in the tea. Little bit of the apricot jam. So nice, smooth, clear jam. Great for the jam. We do love jam tarts here in the UK, and with the jam on top of the cookie, the biscuit does taste just like a jam tart. Very nice, very tasty. Bit of sweetness for after the meal, and a good quality smooth apricot flavoured jam. Moving back on, stuck to the fruit nugget or nougat. So 30-gram bar. Nice and soft. Very sweet. There's a strange smell. Chemicalized smell. But it is very sweet. Extremely sweet. There's a lot of sugar going on in there. I am starting to notice the 8-hour single meals are starting to rely on a lot of sugar. Fortified energy drink, nugget bar, nougat bar, jam, cookie, all very, very heavy sugar laden. Even the tea, good amount of sugar in there. But that said, all tasty, enjoyable. And then, as always, we're starting to find these strong mint sugar-free gums for after meal. There is 2 briquettes, 2 standard size briquettes. I've just got the one out of the packet. As the name suggests, strong mint, and there's a strong mint flavour. Quite firm gum, crispy shell. Not overly sweet. It is with sweetness, sugar free. But it's that strong mint flavour. Certainly a good mouth cleansing gum after eating something with a little bit spicy. So a good quality mouth cleansing gum. So I'm going to leave it there. Overall, a reasonable tasting meal, menu 4. This particular one would have really benefited from a tortilla and some cheese. Jalapeno cheese would have been the perfect combination. But without that, it's still a filling, if not heavily sugar laden meal. So, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.